Have you ever wondered when picking goods in a shop who, and most importantly how, has made it? Were the rights of a company's employees observed? Do they have decent wages? In fact, these issues have been widely discussed for years in the world. In almost all countries, and in particular in Kazakhstan, special attention is paid to social responsibility.
I think Kazakhstan has, also already from the past, they have decent labor laws. And of course, when you have also the labor rights, then you have already a big part of your, of your human rights over there, because it is crucial that people who work under humane circumstances and conditions. And it's also an issue that people say should earn a salary or which they could live from, yeah, and which they could pay the expenses for education for their children.
Kazakh Bar came to Kazakhstan to share his country's experience in this matter. Netherlands pays special attention to compliance with social responsibility of business and human rights. Every resident of the Netherlands is very strict about what he buys. Goods that are cheaper than other goods in its market segment make people think about true reason for this low cost. After all, it often occurs when a company decreases a level of wages, and this, they believe, makes employees unhappy. In such cases, a Dutch consumer begins to strike.
Consumers are very lazy protesters, and they can protest by just leaving your product on the shelf or just, say, passing by your filling station. And so that is a very good incentive for, especially for those companies who deal with end products as well. It differs from other companies who do not deal with end products, but those companies might be, for example, deliver goods or services to an oil company or to a garment producer. And with business and human rights, you do not only have to take into account the conditions, the working conditions in your own company, but you have to take into account the working conditions and the respect for human rights all along your production chain.
Kazakh Bar and his colleagues travel all over the world to catch everyone's attention to this problem. Kazakhstan fully supports this mission. Domestic businessmen adopt experience of Dutch colleagues who are always looking for not quite standard approaches to encourage business to social responsibility. In the Netherlands, companies that are socially responsible are very seriously stimulated. That is, when public procurement is carried out, tenders and priorities are given to those companies that are socially responsible, companies that pay good wages, take care of their employees, where there are no work-related injuries, where there are no accidents and deaths in workplace. These enterprises are given advantages. Taken into account the international experience and in accordance with principles of United Nations Human Rights Council, Kazakhstan has developed its own concept of corporate social responsibility of business. The National Chamber of Entrepreneurs has developed the concept of social responsibility of Kazakhstani business. That is, the business of Kazakhstan expressed in this concept, what a social responsibility of business is, and where boundaries of social responsibility are. At the end of last year, this concept was adopted, and now we are working on a national action plan for implementation of the concept of social responsibility. The most important aspect of business development is human resources, experts say. It is clear that a new economy is not technological, but a human revolution. Technology simply gives an opportunity to interact with each other more quickly and efficiently.